Welcome back, everybody. My name's Austin.
I'm Aaron.
We are in week 2 of lockdown here in Los Angeles. President Donald Trump has just extended that view by another 30 days.
Literally our only connection, turn that ad off. Literally our only connection to the outside world is this YouTube channel, this live stream. Sometimes we see our parents, but I'll tell you an interesting story about that. And let's have some fun tonight. Let's talk about what the crazy things going on in the world today.
All right. So grab a friend, tell your friends. Aaron's going to tweet it out.
Yeah.
And
are you sharing the?
Yep, we are sharing. Live stream starts in 3 minutes.
Cool. Everybody grab a drink.
Let's see.
What are you gonna have anything to drink?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of whiskey. Let me know where you're tuning in from and if you can hear me okay. I'm gonna get some whiskey. Who wants a drink?
I'll take a drink.
Okay. Drink out there for you. Okay.
It's good to see you guys. Whew. So basically what I want to talk about today is, the new, the Trump declaration, put out a Twitter poll asking if people think Trump is doing a good job, specifically regarding the pandemic, or a bad job. So I want to talk about that. We have some interesting cryptocurrency news too. And other than that, we'll just we'll talk about whatever. This is an AMA. This is a hangout.
Aaron, that's for you.
Oh, thanks.
Pour your own.
I like Bullet.
Something to get us through this lockdown.
Bullet and water.
I take mine neat, like a real man, like a real Bitcoiner.
Cheers.
Cheers. But this stream's for everybody, no matter what you're drinking.
You don't need to have a drink, but it sure helps at times like these.
Let's go to the chat.
Let's go to the chat. By the way, guys, let's get this stream out there to as many people as possible. Everybody hit the like button. It's going to be more fun with more people, I think.
Again, this channel, you guys are you're our only source of income.
That's sad.
It's just sad.
I thought you were going to say our only friends.
No, I was going to get to that. You are our only friends.
Well, you're our only connection to the outside world.
Yeah, and at least for the next 30 days, there's nothing happening in Los Angeles. Like in the entertainment industry, nobody's going out. It's you and it's us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Michigan in the house. Whoa, Alex Almanza, what's up? We got Pama. And guys, by the way, hit the like button. It would help us, help the channel grow. Ooh, J-Dog from Ohio. We got a Canada.
Cool. You know what? That's the beauty of this. Is the first time that we've had like a pandemic like this one where people are connected by the internet, right? This is the first time people can work from home.
That's true. This is the first time people can share memes about what the culture in general, like it is going through in a national pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got Georgia, Brad McEwen from Georgia.
It's going to be martial law over there soon.
Whoa, dude.
Do you think that would happen?
Over where?
I don't think Trump would ever do that. Martial law in America.
Trump wants to open it up. Trump.
Yeah, but he's being hopeful, but he obviously doesn't want to open it up.
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts on lockdown too. This whole country's on lockdown. Italy's on lockdown. I mean, this truly is a black swan event. Truly. It seems like just a month and a half ago, Tesla stock was pumping.
Good times. Seems like another lifetime ago. Oh, hey, Sean Bitcoin Brawler Norris.
I like that name.
New Hampshire, tuning in. Trump is doing a good job. What's up, brothers?
We need to talk about here. No, here's the thing. It's not a black and white issue.
Timer's done.
Nice. It's not a black and white issue. Is he doing a, perfect job or the worst job ever? We'll talk about it.
It's a mixed bag. I mean, one thing I did see, there is video of Biden, presidential hopeful Biden, talking about him closing the border, from China, refusing people to fly in from China back then.
Biden's going to close the border.
Well, Biden called him a xenophobe.
Oh, you're talking about Biden called Trump a xenophobe like a while ago.
A while ago when Trump closed the border. Obviously, Trump was a little slower to act on a lot of other things, but he did go against liberal media and keep people from flying in.
Yeah.
That's something he did good.
No matter what would have happened in the world, though, Trump would have been like, let's close the border just to be safe.
I mean, he would eventually, you're right. Yeah. If it was Mexico. Whoa, Safu Mafu, $2, man. Hey, cheers to you, Safu Mafu.
I don't know if do you want to talk about the price, or can I start with what I did today?
Nope, I think we're going to talk about the price. That's the tease. We'll save that because Bitcoin is moving.
Oh, is this the bull run people talked about?
Well, no, we actually dipped below 6,000 for the majority of the day. Livestream started and we're back up. Actually, 3 hours ago, we were back up. But this is, let's go to the day chart, a little more broad.
Mm-hmm. Like I would think that, like, here's the thing, there's so much uncertainty in the market right now. Everybody's nervous. Everybody's like probably, pulling out the risky investments. I would think whenever this thing like starts looking hopeful, maybe that's a month from now, nobody really knows, markets are going to shoot back up. All markets. Now, whether they go into a recession after that remains to be seen. But I think, there's going to come some point where we just see all markets just shoot up because.
But how long?
Well, if I knew that, I could make a lot of money.
This is the opposition I want to throw at you guys. This is Bitcoin. If we look at the day chart, we're up. If we go, let's zoom actually in. Let's go back to a little bit more specific. Bitcoin over the weekend. Well, actually, we're actually going lower. I was going to say maybe it's getting a little better. But if we compare that to, let's see, if we compare that to, this is the S&P. If we look at where we finished off the week for traditional markets, pretty stagnant. I mean, technically we finished a little bit down from where we were. 5 days after all this money was printed into the economy, yeah, 5 days is looking up. But if we zoom out,
we didn't really get a huge bounce because of the news of the stimulus.
Yeah, look, we got a bounce. We didn't even make, and this chart is so broad, but we didn't even make higher highs. Well, we made one.
Like 2-3 months ago, sometimes people ask me because they know I'm invested in crypto. They say, hey, are you invested in the stock market as well? And I never really was. Like 3 months ago, that, was a sheepish answer. No, I can gladly say I wasn't.
Yeah, you can be proud.
Yeah.
Yo, Mark Cuban was out of the stock market for the last year, saying he's all in cash. He was also out of Bitcoin, so he says. And you know what? See, I believe him.
Darnell in the chat says he's responding to us. What's interesting is that this is the first time Bitcoin has been tested during an economic slowdown since being established. Bitcoin boomed to 20K plus, but economy was on a 9-year bull run. So he doesn't have answers, but he has the analysis.
Hey,
it is interesting.
Well, let me ask you this. We closed on Friday going down. It's in the red. It's down. When the markets open up tomorrow, because right now, if traditional markets tank, Bitcoin is going to get pulled down.
Well, they're not going up tomorrow, if that's your question. There's uncertainty. There's so much uncertainty. I don't think markets like that.
I would tend to agree with you because Trump has officially extended the social distancing guidelines to April 30th. What up, John in the house? Big John.
Jeremy NG says a $3,000 range Bitcoin would be a nerve-wracking buy. It's so much more fun buying a 10K rather than buying at these levels, right?
Yeah, exactly. Well, Bitcoin dips down to our low for this year is 3,000. Where are we? Yeah, our low for what chart is? Yeah, exactly. I'm freaking out. Let me go back to. Okay, yeah, our low for the year was around 3,900.
Mm-hmm.
People were scared. And obviously everybody wishes they would have bought that. Now
some people felt proud they bought that.
Well, you should have if you bought. But traditional markets, I would guess, is going lower. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to say to John,
Big John,
Strom, he's a filmmaker in the Los Angeles area, right? He's a filmmaker.
His brother does a lot of charity work.
Really?
These are things I picked up from conversations in the comments.
Well, I just want to show my gratitude to John because he's always keeping things friendly and positive or constructive in the comments.
And he's given his own opinions and adding to the conversation.
Yeah. Obviously, I appreciate the $10, but more than that, just his continued, like John's one of the guys I always recognize when he comments below our videos because
it's all in caps.
It's always constructive. It's most of the time it's friendly. It's always constructive. I just appreciate that. And everybody, you know, a lot of people do that, but just John caught my attention.
I do want to, Aaron's actually, we're going to read a direct quote, how Trump talked about extending social distancing guidelines to April 30th. And in case, I mean, that means that people, unless you can work from home or you have a important job, you're encouraged not to work. You're encouraged to file for unemployment for at least another 4 weeks.
Want me to read that quote from this article?
Before we do that, let's check the chat.
Okay.
Let's go to it.
And I did want to plug my current video that
Yeah.
I released after we do this.
Okay, let's do it. Crypto Nobes says, you guys are legends.
Oh,
Hey,
appreciate that.
Average guys, we're no more legends than you, but we
Yeah.
can all have a beer together and talk.
Exactly. You know, one of the things that irks me is when normal crypto guys on YouTube pretend to be gurus. I don't want to name names, but I like
Name a name.
It's
what the people want.
I like when people are just, you know, real about what they don't know. It's like, and obviously nobody.
The thing is, yeah, everybody can read trends and make their best educated guess. And the more data we get, the more specific we can be, but nobody can see the future. If we did,
yeah,
things would change in my life.
Who I was thinking of specifically, I really enjoy, this might be controversial, I really enjoy tuning in occasionally to Crypto Crow's channel. I really do. I really enjoy tuning in. I always like, it's kind of fun to hang out on his live streams.
He was most prominent, I think, in 2017 in just terms of engagement.
He's a big Cardano guy. I don't like, in my opinion, sometimes, and he hasn't done this that much lately, when he tries to be like a guru or like, you know, one of these internet gurus. I like him much more as a real guy.
Hey, we give price predictions. It's, you know, I mean, everybody wants engagement, but we just want to make extra sure. Just average dudes having a beer with Armando Ramos.
Whoa.
Dude, 20 bucks from Armando. Great content, gentlemen. Thank you.
That's going to get me a few more of these babies.
Wow.
Anyway,
nobody can get a disinfectant wipe.
So one of the most interesting things that I found about this article, we don't need to scroll down, but
this is what Trump is saying about his new.
It just talked about, you know, what Trump talked about in his press conference today, and that obviously Trump is hopeful in that he could get things going by Easter, but then he extended it another month. In this article, it says, I'll just read a quick paragraph from this article, a few sentences. On Sunday, however, Trump seemed to acknowledge that so this is before he was hopeful, but now on Sunday today, Trump seemed to acknowledge that the spread of the virus had not slowed, at least not yet. He said that modeling shows that the peak of the death rate will likely hit in 2 weeks, but stressed that he hopes the country will be on its way to recovery by June 1st. So Trump giving a time frame on the peak of the death rate. That's kind of morbid. I mean, that is.
But we want the facts.
That is something I would want a president to think about, but it's just like, damn, in 2 weeks, is it going to be the worst it's ever been?
I think that's significant to me is because isn't Easter like in 2 weeks? And that's when he had hoped that the country would open up. When is Easter?
No.
Is that not this month?
Yeah, it's. Can we get our Christian friends to chime in?
Guys, chime in down below. Who checked out in the comments this last video?
I just want to say, whoever hasn't, one of the number one things I got on that video, and this is something I addressed within the first 3 minutes of this video. So if you haven't watched Revealing Data, Whales Are Buying Bitcoin, I talk about this within the first 3 minutes. Many people said, well, this is fake news. How do you know? And you know, I showed you directly the article I was talking about. Glassnode, who does good research, just provided us with data. The data shows that the number of people who own 1 Bitcoin is at an all-time high, at least the number of addresses. So take that what you will. I interpreted it as whales, but I said in the video, it's risk takers, it's buyers. The point is more people own 1 Bitcoin now than ever. And I just wanted to address that because I got a lot of people saying like, oh, you know, this is fake news. It's just the data is there.
The point is check the data. That's all we're doing, giving you the data. Now, maybe the whales are picking up a little more Bitcoin. Whilst, I mean, somebody's selling.
Yeah, I addressed it in the first 3 minutes of that video. So if you haven't seen it, watch it.
Obviously, though, obviously, I mean, this is again the day chart. Somebody's selling. Somebody's selling. Aaron, you cannot tell me right here somebody wasn't selling.
Yeah, if you look at because the cool thing about everything Bitcoin being on the blockchain is that you can actually see not who, but the wallets that have been holding Bitcoin for a certain amount of time. And the people that have been holding Bitcoin for longer than 6 months, those, in most cases, those aren't the people that have been selling. It's really the buyers of the past shorter time frame, which is interesting.
By the way, we have Bitcoin Centric in the chat tonight. He is confirming, as well as a lot of you guys out there, Easter is April 12th. That's less than 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know Easter or what?
Okay, we have a question, super chat question.
Hit me.
Hey, altcoin brothers. Hey, what's up, Liquid Canvas? What is the hottest altcoin right now? Actually, Bitcoin going down, then moon, hashtag altcoins.
What does the second part mean?
I don't know. It's just, what is the hottest altcoin right now?
Thank you, dude.
Thank you. I'm going to be a broken record, and our core audience knows this. It's interesting to kind of look at, what might do well, but what I'm doing is that for me, it's only Bitcoin. And I wouldn't go into altcoins unless I'm waiting for a trend change. And I know I've been saying that for months. And so far I've been proved smarter because alts are still trending down, most of them. But I don't mind being late to the party with alts. So some people love it when I say that because they think it's intelligent. Some people go like, this guy. But that's just my opinion.
I'm going to give you...
give us a specific alt.
I love this opinion. And let's just go broad strokes and check what was the hottest alt in the last 24 hours. Well, it was the Nervous Network and Energy. All right. This channel has done paid reviews for Energy. Verge, obvious scam.
I would say it's a shitcoin, like most coins on CoinMarketCap, but definitely Verge.
Okay. Well, Verge had many 51% attacks back in the day. So maybe not scam by the people, but it's definitely a shitcoin. But Nervous Network.
So what's your, I would say, this is, again, just my opinion. Plenty more people are going to make smarter decisions than me. But if I was to scale into an alt, the only one I would even consider is Ethereum. I'm not saying Ethereum is going to stand the test of time like I believe Bitcoin will. It might, but I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that Ethereum has a strong Lindy effect. Seems to me people are going to continue building on it. And that would be the only one I would consider, again, long-term. But I wouldn't, for me personally, get into altcoins until we see a trend change or Bitcoin gets over $20,000 again, roughly around there. That's what I think. And some people think I'm crazy. Some other crypto YouTubers think I'm crazy, but
dude, you got to stack mid caps.
Yeah.
That's what they say. The hottest one. Honestly, I would say it's the ones that have been around, are clear, go in cycles. Those are the safest. I'm a safe investor. Okay. You might try and get lucky on a low cap. I'm a safe investor. So, XRP, Litecoin, and I'm not saying I own these. I'm just saying like they will probably pump.
I own a bunch of alts, but the only one I care about is Bitcoin.
Well, name one that you own.
I own like 20. I mean, there's, they're probably worth nothing.
Ethereum.
Now. Yeah, they're probably worth nothing now. Okay, I liked the Liquid Canvas's follow-up question. Again, a question we get all the time, but because it's a tip question, let's do it.
And first off, we did miss Tariel Swinning. Been here since the beginning, fellas. Cheers, Tariel.
Cool. I'd like to know how she thinks of how we have grown, our opinion has grown in this market. Like, what do you think? Because obviously what the Liquid Canvas is, in her question, I assume it's a woman for some reason.
You assume everybody's a woman?
Just a Liquid Canvas.
Tariel's a man.
Probably a man, but 98% of our audience is men. Why don't you call it Bitcoin Daily? When we first created this channel, we didn't have the same opinions that we have now in that.
Nor do I have on life. Nor and anything. Obviously, opinions change. You grow, you learn.
I like people who are willing to change their opinion based on new information. So in the past, I actually have said this before, I'm proud that we were one of the first channels, crypto YouTube channels, to go like really start articulating why Bitcoin is better. Now, the question is, why don't we change our name to Bitcoin Daily And it's just because I would only rebrand if I could think of the perfect name. And Bitcoin Daily is not a perfect name. It's not exciting. Bitcoin Daily doesn't invite potential new subscribers to subscribe to your channel. At least with Altcoin Daily, there's a sense of wonder. But I'm not opposed to rebranding, but can't think of the perfect name as of yet. So we'll let it ride. And we always give our opinion. Like, also, we're one of the few channels who don't mind trashing altcoins, saying this altcoin is objectively bad for these reasons, in my opinion. And so we'll always give our news and opinion.
Yeah, no matter what the name is.
Just because Bitcoin, I think right now is the only one I would invest in, doesn't mean I'm not going to constantly give my opinion on altcoins. I mean, hey, we need to talk about it.
Also, if we were to change our name, which again, it would have to be perfect or else why bother changing? In my opinion, I would only want to have our names in it. Instead of like another Bitcoin Daily or whatever, it would be Austin and Aaron.
Yeah. And I think,
or Aaron and Austin.
I know people, if you think back to, because we started doing heavy Bitcoin content for over a year now, a lot of people,
well over a year.
Yeah. A lot of people like that because Bitcoin's been one of the most solid investments in the crypto space. Once we see a trend change in altcoins and they're going up, it's going to be more fun to talk about them in the context of, what's happening.
May I remind you, adding altcoins to a portfolio, in my opinion, adds way more risk to a portfolio as opposed to Bitcoin. Again, this is just in my opinion. It's a good way, small percentage in every portfolio. It's a great way to hedge risk.
Yeah, money flows in and out of altcoins, but right now they're trending down. And we saw a pump for a while, but who can predict the pumps? Hey, I think Blue Moon Bright Star makes a great point. Everybody who's watching right now, take 2 seconds, hit the like button. You're going to see, if everybody hits the like button right now, you're going to see the amount of viewers double, I assume. Let's get on with it.
Hey, by the way, Sean Bitcoin Brawler Norris tipped another $2 and said he totally agreed. I think it was me or both of us that said ETH number 2. If you had to pick.
Yeah.
As one of them, again, hey, this channel is about just two people having a beer.
Yeah, exactly. But you got to understand,
things could change.
ETH and Bitcoin are two different things. They're not going after the same thing. Bitcoin's going after the market of money. ETH is going after the market of dApps, I guess.
Dude, Javi Edward, appreciate you, man. Cheers to Javi.
Appreciate you, Javi. Wow, people are so generous today.
You know what?
I think it's because they don't have any. Yeah.
I think it's because we're all in lockdown.
It's just, I want to tell people exactly what my day was today, in that it was different from a lot of other days because I actually left my apartment today, but you're going to read Javi's.
Well, yeah. Afterwards, let's talk about what we've been doing, how we fill this void. Again, luckily we have this channel. We can bring you the news directly to you. It is our only source of income, as well as just like a way to fight past all like the fake news out there. But Javi Edwards says, can we do a quick survey to see what everyone thinks BTC will bottom at? Thank you.
How do we do that?
Sound off in the comments.
Sound off in the comments, but people are just going to be, flippant.
Well, how should we do it? Tweet us?
Just if somebody has a legitimate argument, I don't know. But
we'll be reading the arguments now. Where's Bitcoin going to bottom? It's a straw poll.
So let me tell you what life on lockdown is like, if you'll indulge me for 1 minute. And I'd be interested in the comments if you have any stories like this one.
Go on.
In that, usually my days, and I'm sure Austin is the same, usually the high point in my day is finding something interesting to talk about as it relates to the crypto space. And the only thing possibly of value almost is what I do with my day is making a crypto YouTube video, because that's the only thing we can do. I know a lot of my friends who can't work online are struggling right now. And some of them, applied for, some government support, but, this is the only thing that we can do right now. But today was different in that I actually went, both of us, to visit our parents. Our parents live a couple hours away, or like an hour, 10 minutes away. We met in the middle, about 30-minute drive in a parking lot of a Marshall's, and literally just spending half an hour with our parents, like 6 feet apart, just talking in the parking lot. Because, they're older and they, probably.
They're young at heart.
They're going to, probably going to take them, honestly.
What?
Just kidding.
No. But that's life in Los Angeles right now, is literally, if you want to see your parents, man, you meet like you're at a drug deal in a parking lot and you stay away, because I would never want them to infect me or to infect them.
Yeah. So I did that today, which was different. I've watched the movie Goodfellas. I've watched the movie Goodfellas on Netflix twice in the past 2 weeks. That's how much I love that movie.
I mean, it's a great movie. There's fresh content out there.
I know, just a really good movie.
Tiger King.
I'm
on episode
so
3.
good.
Ozarks on Netflix. So good.
I heard a comedian say Tiger King is like watching Cops, the show Cops, except if there's no cops around.
They're all their own cops. Hey, let's get back to Javi's question.
And I did want to go to my Trump poll too.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we don't overlook Javi. We took a straw poll on when it'll bottom. And Javi, I encourage you to comment down below. You've been watching the chat just as much as us. I mean, it looks like generally people are saying that we've already bottomed.
Famous last words.
4,200.
I don't know about you, but I've accumulated a little bit more Bitcoin. It could go lower, sure, but
honestly, people are bearish.
Yeah, I know.
3,900, 4,500.
I think that's a good sign, though. I remember people were bearish when Bitcoin was around, 3,000 or 4,000 back at the actual bottom, or seemingly.
Oh, if we go back on the hour chart, still in the green.
Bitcoin Centric says maybe you need to do a reality show of your lives. Me watching Goodfellas.
That would be great if we could get a crew in this lockdown. But honestly, maybe that's how the industry is going to change. It's, who can make their own content at home. That's what's getting the views right now, or the old shows that have just, come back on.
Bitcoin Centric says, would the reality show of your life be like Tiger King? There is nothing like Tiger King. Anyway, I put this poll out.
I wish it could be like Tiger King. I wish.
I wanted to take a straw poll, and we can also see what you guys think in the comments. And don't just say yes, kind of, not really, or no. Actually, give us a sentence or two why. So President Trump, who for a long time infamously brushed off coronavirus, just extended the federal social distance guidelines to April 30th. So another month, which I personally, my bias is I think, it's kind of smart, but some people disagree. Is Trump doing a good job? Yes, kind of, not really, or no. Now, you can vote on this poll right now. I just put this out a couple hours ago. Right now, people are favoring yes/kinda. And it's complicated. It's a complicated question, but if anybody has any insight, I don't know. Is this gonna?
Is Trump doing a good job? It's not black and white. I would say it depends. In Los Angeles, the answer is no. But if you're in middle of the country, nowhere, the answer is yes. And I kid.
Favorite president.
Yeah.
I can't imagine at this point. Now, when the economy was up, the stock market was up. I thought 3 months ago, I thought there's no way Trump isn't getting reelected, but it's hard for me to imagine Trump getting a reelection if we're beginning a recession, if, this is happening.
The one thing he's good at, businessman, but through no fault of his own, guys, let's not get political here. I would hate to.
Let's not get political, but the one shining light Trump has is that Biden sucks.
Yeah, I agree. There's no good Biden. Biden would not be a good running person to run against. Hey, by the way, Sean Bitcoin Brawler Norris, by the way, Sean was one of the people that voted. We have already bottomed. He said that loudly and proudly. He tipped $5 and he says, 99% confident bottom is in. Just watched Ozarks. Marty is in way over his head, man. I'm on episode 4 and finished season 3 in 2 days. Nice. Guys, great show. Again, Trump is doing the greatest job anyone in politics could do. There'll always be, I don't think what's the greatest? I don't know.
Washington,
so complicated.
Lincoln.
Some stuff he's doing good, some stuff.
I would say my main problem with Trump, and again, we don't want to get political, whether he's doing a good job or not, my main problem with Trump is just the hyperbole he speaks in. Like, I like the fact he's speaking directly to the American people. That's good. I think all presidents should do rallies like he's doing.
Oh,
what I don't like is the hyperbole. And
define hyperbole for
the exaggerations, and the, playing to the crowd, answering everything. I don't like that. That's bad. He's
nothing we didn't know.
I like the fact he calls out, bad network news, but in a way he's doing kind of like something similar, in my opinion.
Check in the chat.
Let's check the chat. Let's all look at the chat.
Biden, LOL.
So
Yeah.
I got to say too that we're going to do okay. We have this YouTube channel, keeps us busy.
Our only connection to the outside world and our only stream of income.
Yeah, but like, so we're going to do okay. I have friends in Los Angeles in the entertainment industry, in the service industry, in the retail industry, who I'm worried about them. It seems to me there's a lot of people, maybe if you live in New York or a major city that's on lockdown, there's a lot of people who maybe aren't going to do all right. So like, I'm wondering, like, another month of not making any income. They'll probably get the stimulus package or the welfare, but it's kind of scary for them.
It's kind of scary for also, again, if the economy keeps going down, that's going to pull everything down. It's crazy times. In a lot of ways, I said this in my last video, a lot of ways we've seen this before. We've been expecting this for some time, but in a lot of ways, we've never seen this before.
I like what,
And first off, one person asked, I forget your name, sir, coffee or beer? That was a question to you.
2 cups of coffee in the morning, 2 cups in the morning, 2 cups at night.
This is whiskey, sir. Whiskey. Cheers, buddy.
I like them both, but I always have coffee. I don't always have beer every day.
I think he was asking you what you're drinking now.
Oh,
he assumes you drink a plethora in your existence.
Bullet bourbon with water and ice. JM Hari says Tiger King for president. Honestly, I would vote Joe Exotic today over Trump and Biden. I might be blasphemous, but I'd vote Joe Exotic today.
Hey, Joe Exotic is likable. God damn it, he's likable.
Exactly. Even if, for those of you who have watched Tiger King, it becomes apparently clear that Joe Exotic is not completely innocent.
Nobody is.
But what is also clear is that Joe Exotic is the most likable, in my opinion.
True Warrior says organic beer. And dude, we got to give another cheers to Javi. Yeah. Edward.
Cheers.
Cheers, Javi. Thank you, gentlemen. Hit me up on PS4, United Yonker, or on Xbox Mesty. I play Warzone and FIFA.
We used to play video games back in the day. We don't have a system anymore.
We used to play Mario Kart, Super Smash Brothers.
Growing up, we always had the Mario systems because we needed to play like 2-player games and stuff, and that was always fun. So all Mario games. But like in college, we used to play some FIFA and used to play on Xbox and PlayStation.
The point is, we don't have a system now, but if anybody,
that's the way you stay, connected to people.
And I encourage anybody in our altcoin daily audience out there, if you've hit the like button, if that's you, then look up Javi Edward on PS4, United Yonker, or United Yonker. Stick to that username, United Yonker.
Guys, nobody has to. I really appreciate it. Everybody's being really generous today. We're going to be okay. Nobody has to super chat. That being said, Jason says, hope this donation helps, but my concern is hyperinflation. Appreciate you, Jason, that $5.
And I was saying thank God we have this channel as a source of income because.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying too. Thank God, because all of Los Angeles is shut down and I have friends who don't have any way to make money. So besides the fact they have no income coming in, it's probably very depressing not being able to just fill your day and provide for yourself.
By the way, if anybody wants to hit us up socially, we are on Instagram. Links.
Let's go deep dive on one of your old pictures. Let's just show us one of your old ones.
Oh, tell me when something.
So again, this is not like crypto related.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this got the most likes. This is when we first got the.
You didn't like it. You don't like your own pics?
No, dude. Because you see, dude.
I do.
You don't like your own pics. You like.
True Warrior, Altcoin Daily is the best. Appreciate you. Yeah, that's awesome. Everybody knows about that. Let's go, you invited people to check it out. So let's see what you got.
And I think Aaron's thing is down there.
Oh, when you were on Tosh.0, that's a good one.
Yeah, well, this one has us both.
Yeah, but like Tosh, it's cooler.
If you know Tosh, it was always a, Aaron and I would watch this in college, Tosh.0.
Everybody watched Tosh back when, yeah, but we were, so like you probably won't be able to hear the sound, but you can see Austin playing the waiter.
Yeah, but it was pretty darn cool to be on a show that, we watched with our high school buddies and our college buddies on a random weekday.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be in this clip.
I will.
Anyways, well, let's talk about crypto.
I'm about to come up. I'll be there, but both Aaron and I are on Instagram. Let's talk about crypto. That's why you subscribe. That's the discussion we want to see. And Bitcoin right now, we're going, it is a new 45-minute candle, and we're fighting. We are fighting with that $6,000 support, resistance support.
So I like what Monero Dinero, cool name, said. He says, any crypto news. And once again, I would like to point us out the video as far as crypto news, because again, this live stream is just a hangout. If you want to find the latest going on in crypto news today, you're welcome to watch this video, or we'll release a normal video tomorrow. You know?
When everything's open again Monday, Bitcoin never closes, but when everything's open again, another video.
It's Sunday. There's going to be way more news tomorrow.
But who asked? Do you remember the guy's name? Who asked about news?
Yeah, Monero Dinero.
Monero Dinero. Thank you for moving us along. You know, this was interesting. A Latino American on the side of the road selling Easter baskets was selling them for Satoshis on the Lightning Network. This is the picture of the little bunny preparing for Easter, which is on April 12th. And if we zoom in, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Gerald Draper Jr., Jerry, responded to Monero Dinero, says, yeah, any news? Mimble Wimble taking down Monero next year. Shots fired.
It's very low cap, very speculative.
Blaze says Trump will be the best president in our lifetime. And that's something that surprises me.
It's an opinion.
That all my,
which is good. But
a lot of my conservative friends, which there's not many in Los Angeles, all of them not only like Trump, but they always they love Trump. He does nothing wrong. It's like, I've heard people say, I've never had a favorite president before. I didn't understand what people meant when they said I have a favorite president, but Donald Trump is my favorite president. That's crazy to me. And I think Donald Trump does some things good, some things bad.
Let's see. Amazon delivery driver caught on home surveillance licking the packages. Okay, I mean, that probably will never change, but mostly it's a good product, service they offer. Next piece of news.
Okay, this is interesting. Yes.
Binance to open up offices in Shanghai. Yes, really.
I thought who cares at first, but Austin kind of explained why this is might be a big deal.
I at first thought they were saying, oh, because Binance has been caught lying or allegedly lying about, do they actually have offices in Malta or around the world? I thought that's where the significance of where it was going, but this is Shanghai, China. And the reason that this is significant, yes, for Binance, more for cryptocurrency in general, is because China is allowing one of the biggest crypto name brand companies and just crypto companies in general to open big conglomerate offices. In a landmark move, CEO CZ announced that Binance Academy will officially set up an office in Shanghai. Again, this is China. This is the exact tweet.
You know, sometimes people comment on my videos and they say, how can you talk about Binance? You know, Binance is so shady. Well, it's just because we're talking about the news. This is not a cosign on everything Binance does. The fact is they're one of the biggest exchanges in the game, and we're going to report and give our opinion on the news. So
I will never apologize for bringing the things that are making headlines. Whether you like it or not, you should know. I should know.
People are so polarizing, though, in that some people can't get it through their brain that people can be nuanced and companies can be nuanced and do some things well and some things not well. And that's just my opinion.
That's true. And this will be in Binance Academy, I guess. Again, this was reported by Chinese news site Blockbeat. I don't know if they're legitimate or not, but they're a publisher. They will be working with Lin Gang Innovation Management College, working with the college and Binance Academy. Crypto Godfather, some guy on Twitter, tweeted at CZ, "Congratulations, bigger step than people realize." And CZ replied, "Yeah, most people may not understand the underlying shift that has just happened, but that's fine."
The underlying shift being that if China does allow crypto companies to set up in China, that's good. This is bigger news for China than Binance, I would say. If this is true, you know, if this continues, there's a lot of ifs.
Hey, let's check the chat. By the way, Bitcoin right now, I mean, let's zoom in even farther. Instead of the 45-minute chart, actually, let's that's too much. 5 minutes. Hour chart is what I like. Day chart. I like bigger picture stuff. We're at 6,000. Either way, let's check the chat.
Any opinion? Breno says, any opinions on Nano? I think Nano is trying to compete to be money. And in my opinion, Bitcoin is cornering the market on money, and it has a bunch of properties that will make it win versus Nano. That's my opinion. Yeah, I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings.
I guess we have a pretty broad question, but significant, from Francois Piquet. How are you guys? How are you, man?
I'm good. Like I said,
We've been watching Tiger King, Ozark.
Yeah, this is the highlight of my day.
It's because of you guys.
How about this beard, guys? Anybody else? Because you're not getting like, haircuts anymore. I mean, I could shave, but anybody else just growing out the beard?
Why not? We don't have to do anything social, outside. Hey, Francois Piquet says, I'm fine. I'm glad you tuned in, man. Cheers to you.
Douglas says, I'm glad people can express their political opinion here without yelling at each other, even though the general sentiment here might vary from my own. Exactly. I personally like to hear challenging opinions. I always tell my friends, who most of my friends aren't interested in Bitcoin or crypto, I always ask them about their opinion on it. And then they get a little like, I don't know if I should give you my opinion. And I always say, I welcome skepticism. I want you to challenge my opinion so we can talk about it, because if cryptocurrency isn't the future, I need to be the first person to know. And so far, I think it is.
Yeah, I mean, this is a discussion. This channel has always been a discussion. But what?
Can we take a pause for a second and see how many likes we have on this video?
Let's take a little break. I was actually just about to say we have over 600 people watching and 298 likes. Could we do better?
Yeah, we have 300 likes.
A little bit.
Double the viewers versus likes. Everybody, if you want to support the channel, don't need to send a super chat. All we need you to do is hit the like button.
316 and counting.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, if we get to 350, I'm down in this. That's how much of a lockdown this is.
Actually, I'm thinking about finishing this off and having another drink.
Well, let's check and see what they want. Okay?
I don't know.
Not just about us. Should Aaron get another drink? Let's check the chat.
I like what this person says, spamming up the chat, but it's a question I always hear all the time. What's the best third generation crypto? I think that is a misnomer, or that's not the right word. I think that is it's just not the right question you should be asking. Because anybody can just brand themselves as any crypto that comes out today, whether it has anything or nothing, can brand themselves as fourth generation. So, well,
I think the issue is you're looking at Bitcoin as a technology, and it is code, which would mean like, oh, I don't want the MySpace.
Well, cryptocurrency as a technology, but Bitcoin specifically,
it's based on a technology, but Bitcoin solved the use case of money. And yes, you don't have to. I mean, there are faster, generation 3 implies faster. There are faster altcoins out there, but fast and scalable is not what gives Bitcoin value.
Mm-hmm. And Bitcoin is the protocol. It's more than just the technology. It's the protocol, like the internet was a protocol. Anyway,
I finished it. That's thanks to you. I want to especially thank Gloomtastic, Gloom-B-astic. He tipped us $5. He says, I'm so bored.
Yeah.
Well, buddy, grab a drink and let's chill. Another 10 minutes, maybe.
Inertia has the right idea. Why not just wait for the 5,000th generation? Okay, everybody says I should have another drink.
Can't let him down.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we got another super chat. 10 Ron. Where are you from, sir? We welcome it.
Why is that weird?
Well, I just don't know. It's not the dollar, so I have questions on what it is.
Oh, I thought you were saying his name.
No, Slim Code tip 5 Ron. He says maybe he's Dutch, because he says the Dutch Red Cross is accepting Bitcoin donations fighting this pandemic. So I'm sure. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Maybe that'll come up in tomorrow's news. Red Cross, huge organization. Honestly, they might be. Let's see. Honestly, they might be converting it to cash, but they obviously see Bitcoin as a great way to transfer money. Dutch.
Yeah, we'll go another 10 minutes and probably save the best thing for the next 10 minutes. But
I like that.
Then we'll probably maybe go live sometime in the next 5 days or whatever. It's kind of cool to be, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting to talk with people in the chat that I don't usually get to talk to. Sometimes they comment. But now we can actually have a dialogue.
Ooh, sir. Slim, you were right. The Dutch Red Cross is accepting Bitcoin donations to fight.
Look at Bitcoin centric putting me on blast.
What'd he say? Give it to him.
He says, he said, why is Aaron wrecking his drink with ice?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
More than just ice. I like a nice whiskey, ice, and water.
Hey, why don't you add some fruity flavors in there too?
That's a bit of a difference. It's not the same. It's not about sweetness.
I'm going to be real with you guys. When I want to drink water, nobody drinks water like I drink water. But when I drink whiskey, I'm drinking whiskey. That's me. What are you guys drinking? Hey, Daniel J, I think is defending you, says that's what I do.
Cool. That's what Artie Lang did on the Howard Stern show back in the day. I always had the whiskey, water, ice. I'm just a fan of Howard Stern. I saw somebody mention it in the comments earlier. Let's go to that poll I put up on Twitter and see if Trump is still winning.
Should we refresh? Or
yeah,
what?
you refresh because it seems like it's similar. And then also go to, oh, I guess that was correct. So Trump, seems to me, maybe it's because I prefaced this with Trump extending the guidelines, that people think Trump is doing a good job, which is good. I wanted to also go to, I posted a live stream. I always like to look at the comments under the live stream, see if anybody said anything. But it looks like nobody said anything.
Oh, yeah.
We would have read it.
By the way, yeah, if you guys want a comment to be seen right now, head over to Twitter and
link is in the description and comment underneath this thing and we'll read your comment.
Yep. Hey, Crypto Crackhead tipped us €5 and says, who is Altcoin Daily?
Okay, that's a good question. It's so complicated. Austin and I are brothers.
Well, they don't want to know our relationship. They want to know who is Altcoin Daily.
It's like that scene from what's that movie?
Anger Management.
Anger Management.
No, they don't want to know your occupation. They want to know who is Altcoin Daily.
We are not financial advisors. We are not internet gurus. We are regular guys.
Well, they don't want to know who we're not. They want to know who is Altcoin.
People who don't get the reference are going to find you annoying. But we're regular guys who have a general interest in cryptocurrency. We're cryptocurrency investors and enthusiasts. And we make crypto videos giving our talking about news, market analysis, and opinion. And what differentiates ourselves from a lot of people is that we are just normal guys, I'd say.
Yep. I would say that, the buddy in high school that's just like, was a really good friend that you can go back to. You might not communicate him with all the time, but you can always grab a beer with him. That's me.
I mean, it's much more than that, but I think that's a general thing. We have an about section on our YouTube channel too.
In my own mind, that's me.
Yeah, I like to think there's plenty of other things that differentiate us, but
Crypto Crackhead loved that answer. He doubled down.
Cool, appreciate you. And also
Sean.
What?
His name
is this new though?
Yes.
Oh wow, Sean is feel like a.
Well, I'm pouring this one for Sean.
Feel like a
little whore.
Yeah, like a. Let me dance for my dollar.
No,
I appreciate it.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, of course. Brothers, you are so level-headed. Love it. Keep up the great work, you guys. I feel embarrassed, I mean that in a good way. I appreciate you, Sean.
This guy can't even take a compliment. You tell him nice haircut, he gets all weird. It's like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, somebody did comment. Yeah, this is what I was going to talk about.
So again, we're taking comments.
Yeah, wow, this guy claimed an opportunity. I said, well, answer any question. Doesn't have to be a tipped question. Just commenting underneath our Twitter thing. And D Carmona took us up on that.
Price prediction for Bitcoin's halving. That's
like 50 days away.
Well, let's check it out.
Don't leave this page because other people are going to comment now.
Okay.
Just go on a different tab if you want.
Okay.
It's like 50 days away. Honestly, it's like at this point, it doesn't matter because that's too short a time frame. Overall, halvings are bullish for Bitcoin because the supply flow gets cut in half, and that's it's a thing about scarcity. As far as price prediction right now, who knows?
I love that answer. Let's get even a little bit more specific.
Loved it.
If we check out where's the halving? Okay, the halving is this line, the halving is this line, and the halving is this line. We've had a little bit of them. If we look at the Bitcoin's first halving, you can see probably at the time, all this excitement, Bitcoin just kept dropping and dropping. So in relatively speaking, first halving, Bitcoin was lower than people probably expected. If we go over to Bitcoin's second halving, Bitcoin was not only low then, for the next couple of weeks after the halving, Bitcoin's price got lower. People are probably saying it's a fluke. The first one was this first little run up was a fluke. We go over to Bitcoin's, oh, that's it. That's how early we are. Bitcoin's.
So what's your price prediction, bud? What's your point with this?
My point is the day of the halving, we're not going to pump hard. I think that right now Bitcoin's price is 6,000. If the halving is in around, I don't know, between the next 30 days.
I can't see us dumping during the halving in 50 days or whatever. I can't see us dumping. I would think any dumping would come in the next, between here and the halving, just specifically what's going on with the pandemic.
Well, I would say that if the next 4 weeks, people are being still asking not to work, they're giving you money not to work, I would say the traditional markets probably aren't going to go up, although anything could happen. Don't quote me on that. I would say there's no reason that Bitcoin has to pump hard in the next 20 days. That's me. If I'm alone on that, I accept it. If you agree, let me know.
And again, I want to reiterate, the only coin that I would trust my money in for long term is Bitcoin. Now,
and that's still speculative.
Money flows in and out of alts. But where my money is and the only coin I feel comfortable really evangelizing is Bitcoin. So I hope that answers.
All right, we'll take one more question. Would you rather?
We'll put a countdown. Can you put a countdown?
Oh, no, I'm just saying for the Twitter.
Oh, okay.
For this.
Oh, people have been, wow, look at that.
Yeah. Uniswap 2. What's your take on that? Or have you checked out the or I don't know.
I know what Uniswap is. It's like the, it's not a coin, it's a platform, but I don't know what Uniswap 2 is. Somebody asking about the fork of Steem Hive. Honestly, to me, that's just white noise. I'm sure it might be interesting. If there's a coin associated with it, I'm not interested. That's just my opinion.
And I guess the answer is, have you guys checked out the fork of Steem Hive? Good way to add to the revenue stream. In my opinion, that's fine, but the coin is centralized.
I mean, this is a good question.
Which doesn't excite me.
I'm sure a lot of people might be wondering, well, why don't you post to DTube? Why don't you post to Steem? Those are like cryptocurrency, quote unquote, decentralized alternatives to YouTube because YouTube provides us so much problem. The fact is, posting on Hive or posting on Steemit or even Library, I don't think it would really help at all. There's no audience in those platforms. And you can say, hey, why don't you and crypto people lead the way? At this point, this might be controversial. I don't need my YouTube or my streaming service to be decentralized. I will suck it up, be happy with the status quo, and just try and change money or maybe something else. But as far as worth my time, it's really only YouTube. It
would be nice if it was decentralized, but right now we are interested in.
Well, they're more decentralized than YouTube, but they're not decentralized necessarily.
Right. True. Hey, last question from the Twitter, then we'll go back to the chat.
I liked what you said, though. You're quoting somebody. You said, listen, our money needs to be decentralized, but as far as some decentralized app or game, I don't need that to be 100% decentralized. If it's kind of centralized and a little bit decentralized, that's fine. It's just a dApp. It's just a game.
Exactly. So Bitcoin solved the use case of money. And for me, and I think for a lot of people, money should be the most decentralized as possible. For my gaming platform, it's not as important to me. You're not going to be able to duplicate
the launch that Bitcoin had. Every other launch for a cryptocurrency that comes after Bitcoin, people, whether you like it or not, there's going to be an assumption that there's gains to be made. Well, Bitcoin traded its first year and a half without any value whatsoever. And yeah, let's just move on.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put the countdown on. Last 10 minutes, team. It's been a fun.
So this last 10 minutes going to be strict Q&A. If you want to stick around, This could be the most interesting part of the video. This could not be. But either way, we'll see you tomorrow for a normal video.
That's the risk you take and us. Let's see.
I think I'm looking at the comments right now. I think a lot of people are looking at the comments, see what kind of questions there are. And again, I want to thank again anybody who tuned in to hang out with us. That means probably the most to me. That we have, I mean, in a time where you can only really stick around your apartment, the fact that we can all like chill out, talk politics, talk markets, talk crypto, I think that's pretty cool. I want to thank anybody who did a super chat. Totally not necessary.
But it helps.
But it was nice of you.
All right, let's go to the comments.
Jerry said something a lot earlier. Did you get a chance to take a look at what I posted? I have not yet, Jerry. You're always recommending interesting videos. Some of them are a little bit too conspiracy for me, but I haven't checked out the one that you mentioned earlier.
Javi says, thank you. Mr. Cyclone says, hang in there, guys. Thank you.
It's not us. We're going to do okay. It's my friends in Los Angeles. I'm worried about them. And probably a lot of people in the country are a little worried right now.
Jeremy Ferris says, always a fun time, guys. Thank you. We got 8 minutes left, Jeremy. But
Bitcoin is a hoax by the Democrats, right?
Blue Moon.
How will DeFi change Bitcoin? DeFi. I said this a month ago. It was called like top altcoins in DeFi space. And right up front, and probably the reason this didn't give a lot of views, that was a while ago, was because I explained how DeFi, not that long ago. We don't need to go to it.
No, you keep talking.
I explained how DeFi is a buzzword, in that really a better term for DeFi would perhaps be non-custodial, in that you can do certain things that people do in the traditional financial industry, except they're not holding custody of your coins and you can still hold custody. So yeah, there it is. So, DeFi is just this like blanket buzzword. So
very broad, I guess.
It's very broad. Yeah.
Hey, should I buy now or wait? That's for you to decide for yourself.
Well, that's a great question, because I can't be more clear when I say you don't want to be looking to crypto YouTubers to tell you when to buy or sell. And we do not give you direction when to buy or sell. We're only speaking for ourselves. So I made a video. Somebody commented this on the video I released today, saying, hey, remember when you went all in when Bitcoin was around like 8K or 9K or whatever? And he laughed at me. And I said, yeah, looks like I'm eating my words on this one. I'm glad you made a different decision than me.
All right, exactly.
This is the smartest time to go all in, unless the price goes lower.
Let's see.
Also, guys, I don't know. This is pretty shocking that I saw a Cointelegraph article about this. Willy Woo, we referenced on the channel all the time, Murad Mahmudov and David Puel, they have a hedge fund, Adaptive Capital. And we have referenced individually their interviews on this channel all the time. They have their own hedge fund where they're investing money for people, big money. This is sad and this is unfortunate. Their hedge fund closed down in the past month or so. Now, I've heard from people close to them that it's tragic. It's not necessarily their fault for being bad traders. That's what I've heard, in that they made some bad decisions. Obviously, all traders do, but also that they worked with like faulty infrastructure or something.
Yeah, I think it was like BitMEX, like closed for like an hour or something. It's like everything was dropping or whatever they used.
But either way, those people who I always thought were really smart and who I still respect, they're closing their hedge funds. So that's pretty sad to me. I feel bad for them. I don't know whose fault it was, or like, I don't know. It's just kind of sad. And bottom indicator. Anyway, go ahead.
And Javi, if your name is pronounced Javi, please correct me if it is.
Crypto crackhead. Not many people can buy now because they're not working. It's a luxury to buy sats at these prices. I agree. And more than that, if you owned Bitcoin in a hedge fund, I talked about this in a video before, but some people just tune in every once in a while. If you held Bitcoin as part of some fund or you know, if you're more in the traditional space, proper money management had you selling your riskiest assets. So it's just like, not only are like people selling to get rid of risk, but also some people can't buy if they're out of work. It's crazy.
Final 4 minutes. Javi, I got you.
Short for Javier.
Let's see. You guys deserve it. Bring your own beverage. Let's go back to Twitter.
Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I remember when I first got into crypto YouTube, it was during the peak of the 2017 bubble. I could not believe, and this was like Jeff from Altcoin Buzz, this was the Crypto Crow, this was Zach from Crypto News, there's a bunch of people. Some people were good, David Hayes, Crypto Bobby, some people were good, some people were bad. I couldn't believe how many views at the height of the bubble people were getting for, in my opinion, half of them doing subpar crypto content. And
they were a product of their time.
Yeah. And some people have adapted and done quite well. We came after that. In my mind, I always imagined if they can get all these views, and it was during the height of the bubble, if they can get all these views for what, in my opinion, half of them do subpar crypto content, I think I could make a channel where, even though I'm just a regular guy, I think I could provide more value. And
that's our goal every day.
I am humbled that, you know, we have a community here, and that we can just go live at night and just talk with some people who are equally interested in this crazy world
and connect and share. I think David appreciated your statement. David Sazowski says, always love the content, guys. Thanks for giving us quality content every day, especially in these hard times, unprecedented times.
And by the way, I also like when people are in our normal videos, when they comment things that challenge my opinion. Even if you like XRP, even if you like anything else, I like people who challenge my opinion. I don't like people who are just negative and flippant and derogatory. But if you are constructive in challenging my opinion, I love it, because I like figuring it out, you know?
Hey, Thinkbox tipped us $5 and says, thanks for answering. His last question, this is what he's leaving with. Last question, what percentage of your investment money are you in Bitcoin already? It's a tough question. What percentage?
Investment money? Dude, you don't want to know. I got this channel, and I don't want to say specifically, but I made that video a month ago. I'm all in on Bitcoin.
I think you should, I think you
don't want to know, dude. I'm all in.
You should ask yourself, wow, what's like,
but I'm crazy. Like, you don't, like I said, many people are going to make better investment decisions than me, but I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And right now I'm eating my words, but like maybe in the future it'll pay off.
Hey, the S&P is down around 25%. Bitcoin is down 8% for the year. Who's eating whose words?
Yeah, exactly.
But
I wasn't in the stock market, which was kind of sounded dumb when Tesla was pumping up 3 months ago, but right now that's pretty good.
Big money might start allocating maybe 1 to 5. The crazy ones will allocate 10% of their portfolio into Bitcoin. The average person obviously allocates a little more. I want you to think, what's a crazy percentage that you would be in Bitcoin? And I'm probably a little bit above that. So we'll see. Hopefully it pays off.
I appreciate you, Douglas Shirley. Is everybody looking at Douglas Shirley's comment? He says, keep up the good work. I'm subscribed. I will hit the like button. And every day, no matter what, my schedule, I will watch your content until the very end. Sounds too good to be true on my end. I appreciate anybody who, I think people who get the most value are the people who tune in, even if maybe just a little bit, to see what's going on any given day. But there are some people who tune in every few days. And I think it's just, you always know you can come to our channel and, you know, get a sense of what's going on in the world of crypto at that given time, and our opinion on it.
And I do want to finish with, just because we are invested a lot in Bitcoin does not mean we are not over leveraged, meaning we are willing to, it would be a real bummer, but if it went to zero tomorrow and failed, we wouldn't be out on the street.
That's true. If there was a horrible problem in the code, I would be very sad.
And first off, it's an open public code.
But I wouldn't be destitute, you know?
Meaning that anybody can view it. If you're a programmer or a coder, you can see it. But yes, if it went to 0, we wouldn't be on the street.
Okay, Jessica wants, her name is Jessica, wants to see D to D. Are you guys on lockdown? How is the sentiment LA? So yes, we are on lockdown. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. Feel free to look. As far as the sentiment in Los Angeles, I think it might have changed right now because we're in another month of this. And it's different. Like we're going to be okay. We have this channel. We're going to make videos. We have something to focus on. You know, the ad revenue is coming in. It is a little bit different in that other things we do, we no longer have that, the filmmaking and all that stuff. My friends who can't work right now, their sentiment isn't that great. So
I would say the sentiment is just, you know, people that thought this wasn't that serious 2 weeks ago, we're seeing all the cases rise. I think more people are taking it seriously. It can be a little lonely.
Well, it's more than just taking it seriously. It's just that whether you're taking it seriously or not, you can't go into work if you wanted to. And a lot of people can't work online, and that's depressing. I get it.
Okay, we have 600 people watching.
Okay, guys, final point. If you haven't hit the like button, give it a like. And should we end this? We're going to read one more comment, and then we'll end it because let's not belabor this. We had a great run, I think.
Yeah. Well, I would like the next 30 seconds. We'll finish off reading the comments from you as we slowly say goodnight.
Who's going to be the last one? It's just going to be us and one guy.
Joseph Petisol says vegan power.
Yeah, I'm vegan. Austin's not. Again, controversial.
I'm supportive though.
I went vegan for health reasons, and I know in the Bitcoin community, highly controversial. Some people go vegan for animal rights, some people for health. And even if you're vegan, doesn't mean you're healthy, but yeah.
Patrick is suggesting a high five between us to end it. That might.
I like it.
Edris says, "Are y'all drunk yet?"
If I could get drunk off of one drink, I'd enjoy every minute of it.
Well, you're on.
I'm a little bit buzzed. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I'm. You know, the light point of buzzed. Let's see. I'm gonna skip over some of these altcoin. We're ending the stream. These are about final thoughts.
I can't be any more clear when I say that the only coin that I can evangelize is Bitcoin, and I make that argument every day. It's an effing broken record. Hey, that's just my opinion.
Never Settles says he's about to eat some bacon. Cool.
That's cool. You do you, buddy. We live in America. I love it.
Bizbird says last words. That's right. You could say silver. Hey, we can say it every day. Bacon is lit. Invest now.
K9 top team says, careful. Don't break your arm from the high five, vegan.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.